What we're going to do is go to snazzymaps.com. In here, go to Explore Styles, and we're going to type in Glowforge. You want the third map? Click on that and it'll bring it to your map screen. Type in the city that you'd wish to work with and zoom into where you would like to work. Now we're going to ignore everything except for the roads. On the roads, we want to make sure that the fill is turned to off on everything. You're going to end up with a blank screen, and we want to go to the water and turn the fill on. Zoom up your dimensions and scale factor to 3x and download your map. The key is to not move your map now. Turn off your water fill, go to your local fill, turn that on, and download that image. Again, without moving your map, go back, turn your local fill off, go back to arterial, turn that on, and highway fill, turn that on. Your weight needs to be set to 8 for this portion, and it'll help us create the map later. Now bring in a rounded corner square and set it to 5.5 inches. Starting off with your first file, select the water and bring it in. Resize it down to 5 inches. Now what we're going to do is trace the object. Once you do this, delete your other image because we're going to work with the vector only. With the vector, go in and remove any unwanted text or objects that you don't want there. You can do this by double-clicking on it, and it'll allow you to edit the nodes. Once you've edited your nodes, select everything, click Combine, and subtract at Overlap. Now it is one object. I prefer to change my cutting layer to black. Take another rounded corner square, and we're going to change it to 5 inches. Bring it over our new vector water map. That map is now complete for now. Now bring in your transit map. Change this one down to 5 inches again. This one we're going to do a little bit of editing. Now we're going to remove the text that's down at the bottom of the map just using the eraser option. Once you've done that, click on the magic eraser button, and we're going to remove a little bit of the white background. This is just going to stop it from trying to engrave it as part of the image. You don't have to get every little detail out, just the majority. Once you've completed it, click on the Done button. Now we're going to place our map over top of that rounded corner square that's 5 inches. Carefully line up your water. And line up your square that's your outer edge. Move your water layer just for a moment. Select both your transit layer and your 5-inch square. Click Create Clipping Mask. And this is just going to make it so that it fits perfectly in that square. Push your water layer over top of another 5-inch square that's rounded. What we're going to do is bring this piece along with that backing and put it over top of our transit layer map. Make sure that they are now lined up correctly. Drag your square so that it's perfectly around your object. Now take your rounded square and your water layer, click combine, and then unite at overlap. This is going to make your water layer the perfect size. Lastly, we're going to take that 5.5-inch square and make a second one and place it over our map so that the map is centered. What this does is it allows the water layer not to go to the edges and break the map into pieces. It'll keep the object all as one. Once that's all layered to your liking, we're going to bring in our last map, which is our arterial and highways. Change this down to 5 inches. And we're going to do a little bit of editing on it first. Edit the image, select your eraser, and remove the text at the bottom. Again, we're not going to use all the way to the edge, so it doesn't matter if we remove some of it. Remove with the magic eraser some of the background. This just allows the system to trace it a little bit easier. It doesn't have to be perfect. Click on Trace Image and hit Done. Bring that up and remove your other image because we don't need it anymore. Now we're going to zoom in and work on this map. Unselect the portions that you want the machine to cut. I'm going to delete a lot of these little green spots as they're just going to add extra areas where it's going to burn on the machine. Once you have the pieces that you want, select it all, click Combine and Unite, and now it is all one object. I know down here there's a little bit of something going on with the nodes, so I'm going in and deleting a few of the excess. This helps just stop it from burning over several times. Now we're going to make a second square, and we're going to make this one 5 inches. It's going to be the inside of our frame. Get that lined up, move your map, select both pieces of your square, click Unite, subtract at overlap. Now you're going to have a frame. You need to make sure to do that step or else it won't combine properly. Bring your map back over and make sure that it is laid over top of the edges slightly. This is going to allow for the map to connect to your frame. Once it's connected properly to your frame, it should now easily set over top of your other object. Now we need one more 5.5-inch square. This is going to be our water base, which is going to go below our map. Now we're going to add in some text. bring in another small square. And add the details that you wish. I'm going to add the coordinates and the city, as well as the names. Now make a duplicate of your little rectangle, move it over to your top layer, select it as well as your map layer, and click Unite. And now you're going to have a spot for your nameplate to go. Lastly, we're going to bring in a little heart, and I prefer 0.4 of an inch. And now you have your completed map.